How Dr. Clyde Winters became a researcher. Many supporters of my work have asked me why study Afrocentric ancient history. The answer is I always wanted to be an explorer and discover new knowledge. Much of our history has been hidden away from us, so I found that researching our Afrocentric history provides me with ample historical experiences needing elaboration and examination. The great Afro American historian Carter G. Woodson died in April 1950. I was born later that year on December 4th, 1950, on the south side of Chicago. This is an important event in my life because I believe that, maybe Carter G. Woodson, when he died and he had been in Chicago, maybe his spirit, maybe his desire to know somehow was inculcated in me. Maybe this isn't true, but I like to believe it's so. I was the third son of Anna and Zenobia Winters. There were 10 children in my family. In this picture, we see my father, grandmother, Lucinda, and left to right, Eugene, Marianne, me, Mabel, my father, grandmother, Edward, and Jeannie. I had a normal childhood. My mother, Anna, was cold. She showed me she loved me, though, by making the best rice pudding in the world, just for me. By fifth grade, I knew I wanted to write history because I wanted to be like the Spanish explorers and discover new and exciting facts about history. When I was 10 years old, I found some Civil War pottery and a sword at the site of Els Franciscan High School on the south side of Chicago when it was under construction. I was very excited about my find until some teenagers took the artifacts away from me. My interest in linguistics and ancient languages began back when I was a preteen living on the south side of Chicago. At this time, I lived near a Moorish science temple. At this temple, many of the people spoke Arabic. I often talked to the Moors and they taught me a little Arabic. Oh, wow, this was exciting. This experience had a great effect on me. It taught me that I could learn languages easily. As a result, I decided to learn French in high school. I studied French for 4 years. At DuSable High School, they had one of the first Afro American history programs in the late 1960s. I enjoyed studying history, so I decided that I would be a high school history teacher specializing in African and Afro American history. In this book, I would tell you about my life as an Afrocentric scholar and growing into manhood as a foundational black American. As an American descendant of slaves, I am proud of my Afro American and Choctaw heritage. The man I am today was constructed over the years by my interactions with my parents, teachers, and wonderful best friend, my wife of 50 years, Susan Diane Winters, my wonderful one. These black people made me who I am today. I'm a foundational black man growing up in Chicago and attending an all white university. Succeeding while other students, black and white, failed, made me feel I am just as good as any other man on earth. Luckily, at 17 years old, I met and later married a wonderful woman, Susan Diane Thomas. The first thing we taught our children was to know God. We taught them that we might fail to deliver, but God will never abandon you. We tried to teach our children that there is more to learn and to lean on besides your fellow man or parents. That steady tree is Almighty God, the creator of the universe. Pathfinder, the name of this new book, explains how you should study Afrocentric history. It's an autobiohistorical graphical textbook which discusses Afrocentrism from my perspective as an Afrocentric scholar. The study of Afrocentric ancient history is not solely centered on Africa. History can be defined as the study of the methods foundational Black American historians did in developing an Afrocentric history as an academic discipline, and by extension, the body of historical work on a particular subject. Afrocentric historiography is based on the Afrocentric ancient history concerns, namely the individual person of African descent. As a result, the study of Afrocentric ancient history is concerned with the African or black man and woman who left Africa to settle the four corners of the earth. Pathfinder is the name of my new book. Pathfinder, Clyde Winters in Search of the Roots of Afrocentral, a memoir, has two purposes. One, to explain how I researched and studied ancient Afrocentric history. Two, combat racial battle fatigue resulting from foundational black Americans, FBA, experiencing trauma and stress as a result of white supremacy. Foundational Black Americans are the Aboriginal people of the United States. The FBA are pioneers of war in the United States. Yes, 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 we are pioneers of war. Buy this book, Pathfinder. Learn how I became a researcher. Learn the goals, learn the objectives, learn why Black is a wonderful thing to be. Learn why we are B1, Black First. Please, purchase my new book, Pathfinder, Clyde Winters in Search of the Roots of Afrocentrism, a memoir.